Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to the another video of Naqqash Tech. In this video I will tell you how you can make a transparent login form. Here you can see here is one heading login form. Here you can type your email. Here you can type your password. I use two icons, one is email icon, second one is lock icon. Here is one check button here where you can click remember me. Here is one login button and here is one register. Before starting the video, I request you to please subscribe my YouTube channel Naqqash Tech. Now let's start the video. Here is three files. One is HTML, second one is CSS, and third one is picture. Now open the Visual Studio. Here you can see I connect CSS to HTML. Now first of all we create one section. We create one div with the class name box. After this div we create one more div with the class name form value. Now we create form action. Now we create h2. Here we type login. After h2 we create one more div with the class name input box. After this div we create one input and we set the type is email required. After this we label for email. Now copy this div and paste it here. Here we change email into password and here we type password. Save this and open the page. Here you can see our content is here. Now back to HTML. After this div we type one more div, the class name forget. In this div we create one label. Here one input and we set the type checkbox. After this type checkbox we type remember me. After this we type a hyperreference. Here we type forget password. Forget password. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see remember me and forget password is here. Now back to HTML. After this div we create one button and will be login. After this button we create one div with the class name register. In this div we create one paragraph. Here we type don't have an account and here we create one hyperreference, a hyperreference. Here we type register. Now save this, refresh the page. Here you can see our button and text is here. Now open the Google and type icons. Open the first one, click on the usage here, copy the script, Control C and back to Visual Studio. After this section, paste it here and back to here and click on the icons. Here you type lock, copy this and paste it here. Back to the Google and here you type email, copy this and paste it here. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our icon is here. Now back to Visual Studio. Open the CSS. Here we first set the margin will be 0. We set the padding also 0 and font family. After this we set the section. Here we type display will be flex, justify content center, line items center. We set the minimum height will be 100 VH. We set the width 100%. Save this and refresh the page. You can see our login form in center. Now back to CSS. Here we now set the image background, linear gradient, RGBA. Here now we put image background JPG. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our image but not settled. Now back to CSS. Here we type background position, center and background size, cover. Save this, refresh the page. Here you can see our picture settled. Now back to CSS. Now we edit the form box class, form box. Here we set the position will be relative. After position we set the width will be 400 pixel. We set the height will be 450 pixel. Now we set the background will be transparent. We set the display will be flex, justify content in center. We set the align items in center. We set the border 2 pixel, solid and after this we set the border radius 20 pixel. After border radius we set the backdrop filter, blur, 8 pixel. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our blur is very high. Back to CSS. Here we type 4 pixel. Save this and refresh the page. Now okay. Now we edit the H2. Back to CSS. H2. We set the font size. Font size will be 2em. Color will be white. And text align in center. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our H2 edited. Now back to CSS. Now we edit the input box. Here we set the position will be relative. We set the margin will be 30 pixel and 0. We set the width will be 310 pixel. After this we set the border from bottom 2 pixel solid white. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our input box edited. Now back to CSS. We now edit the input label. Box label. We set the position will be relative. Top 50%. We set the left 5 pixel and transform. Translate Y minus 50%. We set the color will be white. After color we set the font size. We set the pointer events none, and we set the transition 0.5 second. Save this and refresh the page. Now back to Visual Studio. Here we edit the input box input. We set the width will be 100%. After width we set the height 50 pixel. We set the background will be transparent. We set the border will be none. Outline also none. We set the font size will be 1em. Now we set the padding 0, 35 pixel, 0 and 5 pixel. After this we set the color will be white. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see we edit our input. Now back to CSS. Now we type input focus label input valid label top minus 5 pixel. After this we type class input box icon. We set the position will be absolute, right 8 pixel, color will be white, font size 1.2. After font size we set from top. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our icons is here. Now back to CSS, and here we type class forget. We set the margin. Margin will be minus 15 pixel, 0 and 15 pixel. After this we set the font size will be 0.9. After this we set the color will be white. We set the display flex and justify content in center. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our remember me edited. Now back to CSS. Here we edit class forget label input. Save this. Now we set the margin from right 3 pixel. After this we set the A forget label A. Here we change our color will be white and text decoration will be none. After this we add hover effect class forget label A hover. Text decoration will be underlined. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our forget password edit and hover effect work properly. Now back to CSS. Here we edit the button. Width will be 100%. Height 40 pixel. We set the border radius will be 40 pixel. We set the background white. After background we set the border will be none. We set the outline none. We set the cursor pointer. After cursor we set the size 1 and font weight 100. Save this and refresh the page. Here you can see our button perfectly edited. Now back to CSS. Here now we edit the register. Font size will be -9. Color will be white. We set that text align in center and set the margin 5 pixel, 0 and 10 pixel. After this we set the A register paragraph A. Here we type that text decoration will be none. We change the color will be white, and we set the font weight will be 600, and also we set hover effect P. Text decoration will be underlined. Save this and refresh the page. You can see we set our paragraph and hover effect work properly. Here you can type your mail. Here you type your password. Here is one checkbox. Here is one button. I hope you like the video, and I request you to again please subscribe my YouTube channel Naqqash Tech. Allah Hafiz.